However, on a Breakfast with the Stars this morning, it's all about starting your week on the right note. Yani, motivation on steroids. Racheal Yvonne Mugoni Njoroge is live in studio with us. Good morning.
Good morning. Good
How
morning.
are you doing?
I'm sorry, I'm good.
The first thing that she says when she walks into the studio, how do you walk in this shoes?
Yeah.
By who, please?
Not by
Me,
Shafi,
I'm Secretary of
by
Timafisi.
Katumbo.
I understand how women walk in heels.
We
It's
apologize,
okay.
for
Yes.
his
Huyu
madness.
jamaa kutoka Kamulu.
Yeah, but it's great to have you on here because actually it's Cheeto who gave me your story.
Yes,
all right,
yes.
from a look, and I was like, that sounds like
You know,
very interesting.
Talking about Cheeto is in studio. Cheeto, what are you doing here so early?
Okay, so obviously Team Adele, Team Shafi want to know Racheal. Okay, what your story is powerful, but let's start it from the
Who is Racheal?
Yeah, I figured you'd ask that
Yeah.
question.
Uh-huh.
So Racheal is a young 25-year-old girl,
Okay.
a lady, if I may be precise.
Yeah.
I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a motivator, a mentor, and many other things.
Yeah.
At 25.
At 25, yeah.
Okay, so who have you motivated? What are you entrepreneuring?
The young, let's start with my sister and brother.
yeah.
Okay,
Start
okay.
at
Your
home. It has to
siblings,
start
your
at home.
siblings.
Let's start from home. And even guys, the young girls and the young men. Yeah. Where? At work.
Yeah.
Let's start with work. In school, Juja Senior School,
Yeah.
Nazarene, University, yeah.
Okay, so at 25, for somebody to say,
I'm an entrepreneur.
yeah,
Yes.
that's very, very interesting.
I'm
so
a motivational speaker.
So, because, if we were meant to go back when I was 25, let's just not. But when you say entrepreneurship, what are these businesses that you have?
Yes. So I run and manage a golf course in Naivasha.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
At 25.
I like his reaction.
No, because
Yes,
he loves
I'm
golf.
a golfer.
Oh, you
Yeah.
are. That's
Yes.
good. That's good. So it's a 9-hole golf course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just in Delamere, Apple Colby. You
Yeah.
know where people normally
Yes, pali wanauzaga zile hot dog noma.
Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
na yogurt fresh.
Yes, now you got fresh at
Eh.
Delamere.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah, so just that. So yeah, it's been a blessing.
Okay.
Since when? I
Yeah.
didn't know there's a
There
9-hole
is. There
golf
is.
course
There
at
is.
Delamere.
Yeah, there is. Now you know, so you should be
Where
coming.
exactly?
You know, just how do I explain? Just behind it. If you ask the guards there, where's Barons, they'll
Okay.
actually show you the entrance. There's
okay, so it's behind the petrol station. So you enter
yes,
like you're entering.
yes.
Yeah.
But there's a very
A narrow road.
a narrow
street
road.
for you
Yeah.
to enter.
Yes, yes.
How did you get the property? How did you get the land? Is it
Yes.
so you own and manage? That's what you said, right?
Yes.
Own and manage.
Yes.
So
How?
meaning ni yako.
Yeah.
Ni yangu.
How?
Mungu alinipatia.
No, but how?
So,
Kwani wewe ni malong? You are blessed with a golf course.
Yes, I
yeah.
was.
So how did this happen?
So what happened was my parents and I invested in it.
Okay.
So of course my parents had a bigger share,
Yeah.
and also me. And I was given to manage and run any challenges. I'm the one who takes it up. Paying salaries, sales, all that.
How many people have you employed?
13.
Wow.
Yes.
And
yes.
but for the caddies, it's just like them, they are
No,
casuals.
yes, they are casuals, and normally golfers come with their own
Caddies.
caddies. Yes.
Yeah.
Adele, caddies.
Najua,
Ni bouncer wa nini, si wewe.
I've
Okay,
seen
Team
them
Adele.
in- I've seen
Team
them in
Adele.
comedies.
Team Adele and Team Shafi. Caddies
The guys who
ni
just
mabouncer, ni mabouncer wa golfers.
Wanakubebea.
And wanakubebea nini?
Yeah.
Kit. But that only happens in African countries because let me tell you something, in the States, in Europe,
Yeah.
you carry your own stuff.
Yeah.
Only the celebrities,
Yeah.
like the rich people, can afford
Can
caddies.
manage
And
afford,
Racheal has done all of this while obviously battling a
Yes.
condition, 25. And if you're just checking in, we're hanging out with Racheal Njoroge. At 25 years old, she owns a golf range in Naivasha, and she's running it as well.
A golf course
Yeah.
and a range. The range is where you go train.
Yeah.
Can you just
Yeah,
let
I'm
me
reading
talk
it
about
from
golf?
her bio. That's what she called it.
Yeah, so she has a 9-hole golf course.
Yeah.
And she has one of the best ranges at the golf course. And it's one of, as in compared to what we have, we can say it's the best in Kenya.
That's right. And it's called Barons
Yes.
Golf Park.
Yes.
And of course, that's not the only thing that you do. There's also a touch of interior design, right?
Yes.
So is that what?
At 25.
Yeah.
Okay. So what did you study? You mentioned African Nazarene.
Yes.
What did you study in African Nazarene?
I did international business management.
Okay.
And then later on, I was like, you know what? Instead of doing my master's,
Yeah.
let me do a second degree.
Okay, which was?
So, and that was now interior design.
Okay.
Yes.
So you have 2 degrees.
I do have 2 degrees.
And you have a golf course.
Yes.
And you still do motivational speaking.
Yes.
Yeah.
You unafanya gasari.
That's what I just love. It's just
That's
something.
so as in like you get paid for it, or is this
I can even do
CSR?
it free.
Yeah.
I
You
really
can.
don't mind.
Yeah.
She just doesn't want to admit.
Unaweza ongea. However, and you did. I think what is also very powerful is that you've had a condition
Yes.
that maybe other people might have been put down by it, but it seems like for you it's just like motivating
Yeah.
you to just prove people wrong.
Yeah,
So can
yeah.
you tell us a bit about that?
So in 2010,
Yeah.
I was diagnosed with a condition called scoliosis.
Yeah.
So scoliosis is the curvature of your spine. So my spine was curved.
Yeah.
So when I had to do the surgery, what they do is they put nail rods
Yeah.
in your spine. So about 20 of them, and 2 long rods. So that's
Yeah.
what's supporting me actually right now.
Because the spine
So
is your
yes,
spine
it
is
was
carved.
Yeah, yeah. And normally people ask, so how did you get it? It's just, you know how you can get like cancer. It's just something that, or a flu. Like you can just get it. Yeah.
You don't go out of your way to look
Yeah,
for
no,
there's no
no.
accident or something. It's something that just
It
and
just came.
what would that look like on a day-to-day basis?
I can say maybe not lifting heavy things,
Yeah.
bending. I can bend. Yeah. So basically, or if it's too cold, I need to wear warmly because
Yeah.
of the metals. You know, when it's cold,
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's been. I can say it's something really that has taught me a lot because I wasn't walking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to, go through physio and all that.
You weren't
Yeah.
walking.
Yeah,
bef-
I wasn't. I wasn't like during the time of the surgery.
Yeah.
So they had to train me how to walk. Yeah.
Oh man. At that point, what was happening like in your mind wise? Like were you feeling like, you know what? I've not gone out looking for this thing imenipata too.
Yeah.
So I mean, what was your mental state at that point?
It's at the beginning. It wasn't good. I won't lie.
Yeah.
Because you can't walk. You literally you can't. It's like you're a baby. So you have to be done for everything. And for that, I mean, you're a grown up.
Yeah.
For you to have somebody doing all that for you, even feeding you.
Yeah.
It's a bit difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And you were
demotivating.
15 then.
No, I was 20.
20?
23.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2 years back, yes.
Yeah. It's when you did the surgery.
Yes, it's when I did the surgery, yeah.
But it was diagnosed 10 years ago.
Yes. But the reason why they didn't do the surgery at that time is because it was getting better. And then 2 years back, it got worse.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And so were you in school at this time? When
I was outside. I was studying now the interior design.
Yeah.
And then when I finished is when now they did the
surgery.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously that's the condition you were battling, but there's different things people are battling. It could be a physical thing, could be mental, it could be, I think stresses and things in life manifest in different forms, right?
Yeah.
What is the one thing that the entire experience taught you that somebody else who's going through something similar can take home?
I'd say speak life into you, because that's one thing I did when they told me to stand up for the first time and I tried walking.
Yeah.
I remember crying, and I was like, I remember the words that came out from my mouth is, I will make it. Like, I didn't know how or when, but those were the first words that came out of my mouth. And I remember at that time I was, tears were there.
Of course, yeah.
So it taught me, when you speak positive and life things, like if you don't know how the situation will turn out to be, speak life into yourself.
Yeah. I think that's powerful because words are really, they're really powerful. If you're negative about it, then you find yourself leaning on you on the negative side. Okay, so we 5 and just showing us that whatever it is that you're battling should not be the reason why you give up and stop trying to do what you're doing. So at 25, there's the golf course that you own together with your folks and that you manage and you run.
Yes.
And then there's interior design that you did, because that's a second degree that you went to you went to get.
Yes.
And that's the degree that you were getting, and then you had to stop to go for surgery.
Yeah.
Whew. At 25, man. And so much that you've achieved even with interior design, such as?
Yeah, so I used to work for a company called Dimensions Interiors.
Yeah.
The projects we did were, Brookhouse, the new Brookhouse in Runda. There's a Nashpai, there's a Cambridge Gem School.
Yeah.
So it's been a blessing.
Yeah. But I always love, like, when you see young people doing stuff that's really impressive, and people always seem to think that, okay, you wait until your 30s to achieve nini. But what do you think what are some of the challenges that you've passed that many, especially other young people, will identify with?
Yes.
And how did you rise above those?
Yes. So my greatest challenge, at the beginning was, I have some of the employees are older than me. Actually, like majority of them.
Yeah.
So, when something is done wrongly and you want something to be done in a certain way, you have to tell them. So that was
a bit
challenge.
Tricky. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Because, you'll find maybe someone, they're like, who you nanny, they look at you like their baby sister. And you're there, I know I'm short. So I'm like, you. Yeah, but that was a challenge. Then the other thing, just the normal business challenges. At some point, the economy, the fuel also did affect the business at some point. So you have to be creative in, what are the ways to increase sales? Because it's not just a golf course. We have a bar, there's a restaurant.
Yeah.
So you have to find ways to, increase sales and
have different revenue streams from the business. Which is very interesting, because I find that sometimes nowadays when people talk about entrepreneurship, it's like only the sexy side of things. You know what I mean? Especially to young people. And, it's great. Nobody's saying do not start your own businesses, but there's realities even before you start them. You know what I mean? Like, there's the capital that you need to figure out. There's the licenses you need to pay for. Nobody says anything about those are, So just in terms of, in that perspective, because when people talk about entrepreneurship, they're not realistic about it. If somebody who's young is listening right now and they're about to think about they're already on that journey of trying to open up this business, regardless of what business it is. What are some of the things they need to think about before?
Just the way you've said, there's the capital. And I always say capital, I think we have the mindset of we have to have this amount of money to start something. I always say start small. Even our, the older folks, even them, they started small. It can be, with 100 shillings, which double to be 200, like that. You can come up with a group of friends, just, changa something and start, or even go to your folks. If you guys are privileged, they can also changa. What else? Some go to the banks. But find ways to, get the capital. Don't wait for 10, 15 years. And by the time it's 15 years, things have already increased, Or
maybe even that business is not relevant then.
Exactly. And it is now,
Okay. And lastly, Team Adele, Team Shafi, young, motivated, inspired by your story this morning. Can they intern?
Yes,
and
they can.
So how can they do that?
Just reach me on my email, which is yvonnemodoni.rm@gmail.com.
Okay.
Yes, so Yvonne with an E.
So E, not where the Y, you want to put the Y, we can E. Okay, so Yvonne Modoni
at .rm@gmail.com.
Okay, so you can reach out. Maybe there's a question that you had that we didn't get to. You can send your questions there, but also internship possibilities would be brilliant. But Ati what?
Mimi naenda kugonga golf.
Gonga.
That's how you play. It's you hit it.
It just sounds so crass.
That white ball. That white ball. Tunagongaga hiyo white ball. Mimi naigongaga hivi najua nagonga Trump.
So guys, listen. Thank you so much for coming.
Your inspiration.